Steam Deckers, how are you? Liam here. Today I wanted to talk a bit about Skyrim Special Edition because, to great surprise, it had a fairly big update that brings with it what they claim is Steam Deck support. So I'll go over what they've changed here first of all, before getting into the part of the update that's going to possibly cause some issues. So, Skyrim Special Edition on December 5th released an update that Bethesda do claim has Steam Deck support, and it also adds in ultra-wide support, fixes up a whole bunch of bugs, and has some apparent performance improvements as well. The thing is, they didn't say specifically what they actually changed for the Steam Deck, so once again, a bigger publisher just being really unhelpful and for some reason not noting specifically what they actually did, just claiming support. So I investigated, and it's all of two noticeable things. You see, the game was already rated Steam Deck playable by Valve's testing with two problems. The first is that the launcher had no gamepad support, so you had to use the touchscreen or emulated mouse and keyboard input, and you needed to manually bring up the on-screen keyboard for things like entering in a character name. So what they've done now is they've hooked into the Steam API to actually bring up an on-screen keyboard, which I'm just showing you here, and that does work fine. It's only a small thing, but it's nice to have because not everyone remembers the shortcut of Steam and X to bring up the keyboard manually. On top of that, they're also now simply just hiding the launcher on Steam Deck by default, so the game just directly launches normally like you would expect a game to. Those two things together technically should bump it up to Steam Deck verified, but there is a drawback though. You need the launcher to change any of the graphics settings because it's a really old crusty launcher, it's an old game, and the other settings are available in-game, but graphics settings are only in this old launcher. It's quite annoying, but you can easily get it back if you need it. All you need to do is to go into the properties of the game in your Steam library, and in the launch options box, you can just add Steam Deck equals 0, put a space, %, and then you will have the launcher come back again. For most people though, the defaults are okay, so it's a good enough situation really. If you use the launcher though and let it auto-detect, it will put everything to the highest settings, which you've been seeing in the quick footage in this video, which isn't the best on performance. You may want to drop the settings down to about medium for much better open world performance. One issue that I have discovered though, a bit of a bug here, at least on the latest SteamOS 3.5.9 preview, is that if you do use the launch option to bring back the game launcher, the game will not automatically bring up the on-screen keyboard, and it will crash to your Steam library if you manually bring up the on-screen keyboard and then try to press either the B button to get rid of the keyboard or the trigger button to finish entering text. It will just quit the game completely. So once you're done with the in-game launcher, to prevent any issues like that, you should just remove the launch option or set it to Steam Deck equals 1 instead of 0. Just only use the launcher when you need to change the graphics settings, then hide it again before playing the game, otherwise you might end up losing some progress there. Of course, all the bug fixes and performance improvements they put into the update will be very much welcome as well, but there's a bigger part to this update, which is their new Bethesda Game Studios creations that's been integrated into the game available from the main menu. This gives you an in-game way to grab mods, which is nice, but they're also allowing mod creators to get verified and put a price on their creations. So we're going back to the whole paid mod idea, something they tried back in around 2015 with Steam experimenting with the paid mod idea, and Skyrim was the first to get it. There was a huge backlash back then, and Valve actually dropped the idea of paid mods in the workshop entirely, so now Bethesda are updating their older titles like this to do it themselves directly. Now, I am absolutely not against people earning money from things they create. I think it's wonderful, and some mods can be pretty huge. They can take weeks and months to make, and then you add in the ongoing support that people will expect from bigger mods, and it can take a lot out of people. But paid mods for a game does end up feeling a little bit odd. I'm genuinely conflicted on my feelings on that. The question is, how do you feel about it though? How do you feel about paid mods in a game like this? And how do you feel about this latest update to Skyrim Special Edition? Do let me know in the comments. I'm always keen to read what you think. But that's it for this game update. I'll see you later.